in my business, real knows it like a...
It's week 10 of the 2022 season, and this one features Trent McDuffie. No picks a week ago, but plenty of stops. 9 of them to be exact. It's the Chiefs and the Jags, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we hit week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here comes the Kansas City offense, and in his 6th season of conducting this high-powered attack, coming off 4 straight Pro Bowls, it's Patrick Mahomes.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And Mahomes going to put it up right away. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And right away, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the Jaguars in great field position already. The former MVP in his 12th season leading them out. He's got more rushing touchdowns than any quarterback in NFL history. Cam Newton.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards. Throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 27. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
25 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
When you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Newton. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Newton. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
George Karlaftis
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Newton to throw. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
James Robinson with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
The Jaguars at 6-3 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Etienne. Down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Robinson up the middle.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Newton. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Trent McDuffie brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Up and good for Santoso.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. Feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. Now, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight, it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday. Happy birthday.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here.
After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes under pressure. They got him again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Agnew now to return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense running out, and we shine the spotlight on the undrafted revelation, James Robinson.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the 31, Mahomes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Texans who are out in front. Davis Mills, the Stanford man, with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Keyshawn Vaughn, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The Titans locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
And he returns this to the 22.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, the jet sweep to start the drive. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Robinson on a give right side.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run here with Robinson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Etienne up the middle. Rashad Fenton, the one to bring him down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They run. Robinson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eating up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run for it with Robinson. And I don't think he got in. He did it. He stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now it's Mahomes again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City 1st.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Mahomes. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mahomes will throw. He'll buy some, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. Scoring has really been at a premium. And Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Jags, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.